2K Sports pregame. Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. A terrific evening look at Old Town there. The historic city of Boston is our backdrop tonight. We are live from Boston for an Eastern Conference contest with the Celtics. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. First game of this trip here for the Hornets. They're hoping to start it off with the W. They are 4 games out of the final playoff spot, so they'll need some good breaks down the final stretch to make it happen.
You know, it's a struggle on the road for this team, and they're beginning another road trip here tonight.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Batum outside at the 3 with Kaminsky at the 4. Parker out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Hernan Gomez in at center. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Let's look at the Nuggets. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, Foster, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
You know what's interesting is so many people wondered how Kyrie Irving would fit with the Boston Celtics. Well, the answer was pretty perfectly. He steps right into the system and has to carry the team, and the team flourishes with him ahead.
Well, this is how you want to start off.
Wow, absolutely. Grabbing the lead right from the get-go, getting into an early rhythm. I love it.
Now, here's Parker. He had 10 points in the win against Chicago. Tatum against Batum. He had stolen by Lamb. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Parker against Irving. Here's Hernan Gomez. No good at that one. Great D that time from Tatum.
Scoreless after 4 shots. Wow.
Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end. But there it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
Irving kicks to Tatum. Back to Irving. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown outside. The shot misses. For Charlotte, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Batum. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from here. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Irving. Horford's got his first points in this one.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Irving against Park. Irving finds Horford. The kick out to Tatum. Drills it from outside. Tatum's got 5 now.
Well, this guy's so good at making great decisions. Jason Tatum on the catch and shoot. That's nice.
And Parker, here we go. Here's Hernan Gomez. That shot off. And it's Boston the other way. I want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one. And the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, they made them pay for it.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Seems like most stars now want to play on a super team, Doris, even if it means making personal sacrifices.
No doubt. And sometimes a player makes decisions. It doesn't have everything to do with money, and it doesn't have everything to do with touches. Sometimes when you get to a particular state in your career, it's about winning ultimately, and what to take for me to get a ring. And those are the drivers of a lot of players' decision-making.
Biyombo, he checked in for Charlotte. Monk comes in for Lamb.
How about the speed at which Kyrie Irving comes at you on the drive? This is why he's able to draw so many fouls.
And so Irving nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. This time they met was in Charlotte.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and in that one they showed neither.
No, there's no question, Greg. I thought their defensive intensity was lacking from the outset. It looked like they were just hoping the other team would miss.
Bridges kick to Biyombo to the right side. Here's Parker. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
And slam dunk Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. So it's the Hornets now. They trail by 9 points. And stolen by Irving. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Bridges. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Here are the Celtics with ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Williams with the steal. Parker outside. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Daniel Tice comes in for Tatum. And McCaw's in for Irving. The shot's good from Monk.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Here's Tice. Smart passes to McCaw. Boston, no good that time either. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
A moment here to see some stats for Parker. How last month turned out for him. He's getting around 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Parker with the steal. Now here's Monk, the fast break chance. Stolen by Smart. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And Morris throws it down.
Well, at 6'9" with athleticism, dunking not a problem for Mr. Morris. Give him some space, and he makes you pay.
59 seconds left to play here in the first. Parker finds Biyombo. Doris, Bismack Biyombo known for his defense, and that's pretty much what you're going to get from him.
Well, and there was a day and age where being dominant defensively would keep you on the floor. But for Biyombo, I think he knows he's got to create some offense, because in the NBA, you need to be able to do both.
Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in Williams.
What you want from a guy who's going to be a defensive specialist is understand your role, be ferocious, and be aggressive. And that's what you get with Bismack Biyombo.
They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Monk kicks Tucker. 34 seconds left to play in the first. Passes it to Bridges. Drain the three-pointer. Bridges has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Back to Smart. Lets it go with the 3. Hornets with rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And how about that bench? I mean, you got to give it up for that second unit. They really sparked that victory.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, Greg, that the guys off the bench stepped up and provided the necessary spark. That's an example of great communication. He knows the spot to get to, and the pass is waiting for him.
And so it's the Boston Celtics heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story. What tough defense they're playing today. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And for you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
I mean, tremendous ball and body movement to start this game.
I think they're moving basketball incredibly well and getting to the right spots on the floor, and it's really biting easy opportunities.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Charlotte, Parker and Monk, that's their backcourt. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Bridges, and it's Biombo at the 5. And the first one drops. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it is always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo, Showtime-type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain us are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kemba Walker helped lead UConn to a national title, but it took some time to hit his stride at the NBA level. He finally became an all-star, but his team is rebuilding in Charlotte. Mitch Kupchak is the new general manager, and James Borrego is the new head coach. Guys?
A terrific player, D.A., for sure. Thanks. Here's Morris. And it's Biombo with the rebound. Hornets trail by 10. Monk kicks to Batum. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Tatum comes in for Morris. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And Irving's up in for Marcus Smart. And some changes here for the Hornets. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Bridges. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Monk. Batum against Brown. Three-pointer. Can't hit that one. Boston leading by 10. Here's Williams. The layup off target.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot. Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
And the Celtics making a change here. Horford's again. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist with the ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. And Batum kicks to Lamb. Sinks the triple. Lamb's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Hornets.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets from three-point range.
Irving, good.
As soon as Kyrie Irving crosses half court, you have got to guard him, and you've got to be balanced because this guy is an effective, dominant offensive presence.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Lamb, good.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Guys, Jeremy Lamb, 2 years at UConn, drafted by the Thunder, but he's come into his own with the Hornets.
Yeah, and what some exec call the second draft, finding players who, for whatever reason, haven't been able to make an impact with their first team. Sometimes that change of scenery and ability to mature can do wonders for a player.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. Williams, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. They double him with Horford. Williams with the steal. Now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. And the dunk by Brown.
How fantastic is Jaylen Brown getting the position he wants deep inside, easily slams it home.
Hornets trail by 12. Lamb with the ball. Turned an outstanding game against Chicago. Batum inside the three-point line, and that one comes up a bit short. The Celtics have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. That sends Jason Tatum to the free throw line. That's on Marvin Williams. And the Hornets making gains here. Parker's checked in.
Well, the former number 3 pick in the 2017 draft, Jason Tatum, has been nothing short of amazing as a young gun in this league. What a star on the rise.
Now, here's Parker. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. And a fast pick now for the Celtics. Tatum leading the charge.
Well, do not let Jason Tatum get space in transition. He will make you pay.
Hornets trail by 17. Here's Lamb. He's got 7. Now, here is Hernangomez. On the wing, Lamb. 6 to shoot. To end the run. And he gets the jumper to drop. Lamb's got 7 now in this quarter.
I'll tell you, what a start in first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
On the wing, Williams, guarded by Tatum. Puts it up. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sense for when to rise up and deter those shots. And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
And the Hornets call time here.
Well, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Soapston going with almost an entire new group here. Daniel Tice is checked in for Horford. Morris comes in for Williams. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Brown. And Smart subbed in for Irving. And then for Charlotte, he's checked in for Hernangomez. Bridges comes in for Kaminsky. And Monks subbed in for Lamb. Here's Morris, following the score by Tony Parker. And it's in there. And the Celtics lead by 17.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Monk gets to Biyombo. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Bridges. Softly drops in motor. Bridges got his second bucket of the night.
And solid at just cutting through the defense. Give Bridges a lane and make you pay.
Tatum drives in. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot here. That's on Miles Bridges. For Boston, they have gone 4 for 5 from the chest stripe in this one up to now.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And so he hits both.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McCaw, the pass to Tice. Tatum from down in the low post. It goes. Tatum's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Some athleticism on display. Jason Tatum, the speed, the strides on the drive.
Here's Parker. That one off the back iron and out.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And slam dunk by Smart.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And through one half hasn't even been close. It's the Celtics delivering the blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tony, it's been a struggle offensively. Is it tough to get what you want?
I don't know. Had a hard time to make a basket. Playing a very good team. They play with a lot of energy. So hopefully in the second half we can shoot a little bit better.
Execution has to pick up. Thanks, Tony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. There was no stopping Jason Tatum in the first half. He had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I want to see guys dribble between their legs to shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Never a shortage of motion on Soldiers Field Road as we welcome you back to historic Boston. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible, really good judgment on the offensive end.
Boston leading by 21. A lot of responsibility, Doris, in being the focal point of offense. What characteristics have you seen shared among NBA players who carry the load offensively for their teams every game?
Right. This is a great separation point to me in the NBA because there are a lot of outstanding players at the level on any given night in the NBA. But, Kevin, there's a select few players who are willing to share the lion's share of the responsibility. Men like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. Look, you have to be prepared 82 times per year to step between the lines, shoulder the load, and sometimes when you underperform, to bear the criticism that comes with that responsibility. And Kevin, you know this. That's a select few players willing to absorb that.
Good thoughts. Irving at point, Brown to his side. There at the backcourt. Horford is out there with Williams, and it's Tatum in at the small forward. That's the Boston 5. So it's the Hornets now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Hernan Gomez. The second chance effort. Tries yet again, and it's sent back by Horford.
How about the timing by Al Horford? Twists on the pipes, sends it back.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
90 seconds now into the second half. And that one's good. Parker got 6.
Yeah, that floater is another one of Parker's go-to shots, one that continues to befuddle defenses.
And that one, good.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Now here's Batum. Count it. Good. Batum's got his second basket. Tatum against Batum. That's good from Horford on the assist by Tatum.
Well, soft body control from Al Horford. This is a big guy who's great at hashing in down low.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Celtics. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Parker. Knocked away and stolen by Tatum. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Good moment to see the league leaders in steals. Kyrie Irving, number 1.
Defensively, his intensity just never drops. You match that up with his incredible timing, and you can see why he's atop the list.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Lamb. He's got 9. Outside, Batum. Lamb with the ball. Picked up by Brown. And the dunk by Batum.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. A spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. No good from Irving.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Lamb finds Batum. Off with the layup.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
And a dunk by Horford.
I'd say Al Horford, low post position leaves no doubt.
And here's Batum. 7 points in the game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Boston making some changes. Morris comes in for Al Horford. And Smart subbed in for Jason Tatum. Charlotte also making some changes. Biyombo is in for Hernan Gomez. Williams comes in for Frank Kaminsky. And Monks subbed in Jeremy Lamb. Morris into the lane. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now, here's Monk. He's covered by Irving. And the foul on Marcus Smart. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Daniel Tice is checked in for Boston. Pat McCaw comes in for Irving. Now, here's Biyombo, guarded closely. Just 5 to shoot. From 15 feet away, no good off the front iron. For Boston, they've gotten nearly every drop this quarter. They're 7-8 from the floor since halftime. And Morris throws it down.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
Charlotte's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That will get his 4th foul of the game.
4th foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart. Can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
There's 1:47 left here in the 3rd quarter. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. The Celtics have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the 3rd quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte.
Nick Batum, a versatile swingman out of France, a solid shooter, able to create for himself and his teammates.
Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the 3rd. Smart pass to Baines. Here's McCaw. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Baines passes to McCaw. Back to Baines. And the layup's good off the glass. And for Batum, a steady vet, but a huge contract.
Yeah, and that infamous summer of 2016 with the cap spike. I mean, he's a capable starter, but 5 years, $120 million, boy. That's a pretty penny.
Here's Biyombo, following the bucket by the Celtics. Shoots from the high post. That one a little long. And the Celtics with possession here. Here's McCaw. Offensive rebound. And Tice gets it to go. Tice has got 6 points.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
And the officials call a traveling violation.
And coming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Really, that's unacceptable. Patience is paramount when you're trying to cut the lead, and they didn't have it there.
Williams, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Graham's checked in.
Man, that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Monk kicks to Bridges to the left side wing. And the drought. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And they've just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Charlotte's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. On the floor for Charlotte. Bridges out there with Bacon. And there's Mac Biombo. Then there's Amon Shumpert. And it's Graham in at the point guard position. 6 to shoot. Here's Bacon. It's hauled in by Wanamaker. The Celtics shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it. Here's Graham. That shot off. Now Boston takes it away.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. To the inside, Wanamaker nails the baby hook. Wanamaker's got the fourth quarter going at the first basket of the period here for Boston. Out to the wing. Stripped it away. He gets that one.
The assist totals haven't just continued to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Poked away. And Charlotte turns it over again. And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. On Saturday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And looking at that Nets matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Morris. And as feature also for Charlotte, Kaminsky, he's checked in for Bridges. Here's Shumpert. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Yeah, guys, a short list of players in the NBA who will be able to keep up with Shumpert on a fast break.
And the pass to Wanamaker. Out to the right wing. Also, often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, When you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Here's Ojale. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Biombo's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That is his first foul of the game. The Hornets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter. So they are 2 of 6. Boston making a switch here. Irving's checked in.
Checking in for your Celtics.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Now Graham. He kicks to Shumpert. To the paint. Here's Kaminsky. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, you really have to like the control of Shumpert there. Lets the play develop and made the pass for an easy hoop. Nice.
Irving passes to Wanamaker. It's the 3. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% in the quarter. The shot's good from Bacon. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Irving from long range. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Charlotte's gone 5 of 8 from 3 land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Intercepted. Here's Tice. And he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end. Not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Irving passes to Tice. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kaminsky's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Bacon. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. I think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect.
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should fall.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game. They got to play the right way. It's got to go.
That's right.
Here's Shumpert. Off the left rim and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. And so it's going to end up in the books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Celtics.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys, and what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jason Tatum.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold sweats. And anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shoots it up. And that one's good, Shumpert.
Boy, you just love Shumpert's pre-shot routine. Gets his feet set, ready to catch and release. Beautiful.
Over to the left wing. McCaw kicks to Irving. Passes it to Tice. Back to Irving. Pass to McCaw. Fires for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this to win badly, and they went out and took it.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kyrie, big numbers for you tonight, and I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
Feels amazing. More importantly, we got the win, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. They did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of this game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort, and I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but one man was the difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.